Hello, my name is Matthew Copley with Copley Financial Group, and we're here today to talk about filling the income gap in retirement. One of the challenges that a lot of people face is they have all this money that they've managed to save, maybe in their 401k or their retirement accounts for retirement, and they don't know how to turn it into income, which is essentially why we saved all this money. This is a problem that a lot of your parents didn't have. When they retired, they got a defined benefit plan, more commonly called a pension, and they received income for life, which is essentially what they needed after they retired. But most of us today have defined contribution plans. These are 401ks and various types of plans like 457s, 401as, 403bs, TSBs. And these plans allow us to put money into the plan. We get a tax deduction going in, and when we start taking money out, it's considered income, and that's the income that we receive in retirement. Unfortunately, a lot of those plans have all the money invested in stocks and bonds and things that can go up and down in value, and so we don't have a stable source of income. So in a previous video I talked about what to look out for when purchasing an annuity, and it's important that you watch that and make sure that you're getting a good product that makes sense for your retirement. But a fixed index annuity with income rider can be a great solution for someone who wants to take a portion of their retirement accounts and turn it into income. And so let's say I have a 60-year-old that has $500,000 saved in their 401k, and they decide that they're going to retire in a few years, maybe at 65 or 66. They might consider taking half of that $500,000, putting it into a fixed index annuity with income rider, and maybe that annuity will provide about $20,000 a year in income when they go to retire. And so this is where they get a guaranteed income for life. They can't outlive it. The other $250,000 could be placed in market investments that allow them to potentially earn a greater rate of return over time to account for inflation and other risks that we're looking at. And so now you've got a nice balance. You've created the right situation where you've got enough green money, reliable income coming in with your Social Security and your annuity payments, and then you still have the money in the markets that hopefully is going to outperform and allow you to combat inflation risk. And so this balance is really important in retirement. And unfortunately today, with all the defined contribution plans that are out there, people today don't know what to do when they get close to retirement. And it's important that you take a look at where you're at as you're getting closer to retirement, and we make sure that we're in the right position where we've balanced all the risks and we've looked at where the income is going to come from and how much tax we're going to pay on it. And that's something that I think is really important when you look at these fixed index annuities with income rider. I like the idea of using qualified money, IRA money, 401k money, TSB money, for these accounts. And the reason being is you have to take required minimum distributions when you turn age 70 and a half anyway. So you're going to have to draw income no matter what. And by putting it into this annuity, you're going to create the income that you need, you're going to satisfy the required minimum distribution requirements, and it's not going to change any of the taxes because it's going to be income taxed anyway when it comes out as an IRA distribution. And so it's not going to impact any changes in taxes. Where if you took money that was not IRA money, say after-tax bank account money, and you put that into an annuity, you could trigger interest gains would be taxed as ordinary income tax when it comes out on the payments. Where if you'd had that same money maybe in an account that was subject to capital gains or dividends, we might be in a different tax bracket depending on your situation. And so in this scenario, I like the idea of making sure that the taxes aren't going to be impacted by choosing this income. And the other thing to keep in mind on the capital gains, which is important, so probably the greatest tax loophole there is, when someone passes away, there's a step up in basis. So if you have money over here in stocks and say the value is $200,000 and you purchase those stocks, if it's increased to $300,000, the entire $100,000 gets stepped up on death, and there's no taxes due when the beneficiaries inherit it. Where if you have money in an IRA or 401k, when you pass away, all of that money is still taxable. So the beneficiaries then have to pay taxes. Sometimes they're in a higher tax bracket when they take distributions, so they actually have to pay more tax on this money. So I like the idea of you spending down your IRAs over your retirement, reducing those down. And a fixed index annuity allows you to draw income from these accounts and spread it out, satisfy our required minimum distributions, and it gives you a stable source of income. So when we have money in market investments, when the market's volatile and we have a bad year, you're not going to be emotionally trying to sell investments and change things and worried about where the income's going to come from, because you've got this annuity that's providing a stable source of income, just like your Social Security. So it allows you to weather the ups and downs a little bit better and keeps you emotionally grounded and less stressed out in retirement, which is important. So if you want to learn more, you can certainly visit our local website, which is financialplannersandiego.com, or give us a call. We'll be happy to help.